Hey, welcome back. Today I'll give you my 3-year review on playing these 3 toms from my VAD 507 kit from Roland. In this video, I'll cover basically 3 things. First, I'll give you a quick overview of these 3 drums. Second, I'll take each of them apart and we'll inspect the inside, look at the triggers, and compare the 3 right next to each other for you. And lastly, I'll give you my opinion and my experience playing these drums, gigging with them, recording with them, and if I think they're worth it. So let's just jump right in. So Roland released these real looking, acoustic looking drums with their VAD 507 drum kit in 2020. And that's when they really introduced this to kind of break through the market. People were looking forward to getting the acoustic looking kit with real wood drum shells. And, you know, they've got the brass lugs and, all the features, the steel rims, and an interesting looking or feeling mesh drum heads, which I'll get to in a second. But first of all, we take a look at what we have here. So we got the 10-inch wide tom that's 8 inches deep. And this one goes for, if you buy it on its own, $499 at the time of this recording at most major music stores. Then we've got the 12-inch wide tom that's 10 inches deep from rim to rim. And that runs about $540 at most major music stores, new. And you can also find these on for resale for a little cheaper, maybe $50 or $60 off is what I'm seeing. Then of course you got the 14-inch wide floor tom that's about 14 inches deep, rim to rim, and of course it comes with all the hardware on the side. So let's go ahead and jump in. I want to just take a moment and talk about drum heads. Now on the bottom you can see here what came with these drums is the Roland mesh V drum heads. Now these are 2-ply heads that came with the kit. Now as you can tell, what you'll notice here is that I play with the DrumTech Real Feel drum heads. And look, it's just a preference. So I played on the heads that came with these. I changed the tensions to try to get it to my liking, to get it to feel as real as I could. And for me, I felt like they were pretty good, but then I read about the DrumTech drum heads and I wanted to give them a try. So everybody's got a different feeling about how they'd like to have rebound or a certain feel, and you can certainly achieve that with all different kinds of drum heads. I'm not endorsing any one, but just to give you a sense, that's why these are changed out to the DrumTech Real Feel series that they have on their website. And I've been playing with those for about, almost a year and a half, 2 years now. So what I'll do is take each of these top drum heads apart. I'll need to clean them, and there are plenty of videos out there on how to clean your drum heads, basically warm soap and water, just gentle with them. I've seen some videos that talk about putting them in your dishwasher and letting them run on a gentle cycle. I don't do that. But the point here is we'll open them up. Let's take a look inside, compare the sensors, the positioning of the sensors, and I've never done this before with all 3 of my drums, and give them a little cleaning if they need it. So let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, we're going to remove the rubber piece on top so we can get the drum head off, I think, a little more easily. And you can wash this too, actually. Yeah, I'll take it back. We don't have to take this off. I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to give these a good washing since I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, so this one's off. Got a little dust building up in there. I'll take care of it in a minute. But what we have here, you can see a little bit of dust. We've got the positional sensor. It's not positional sensing, I apologize, but you have the piezo sensor right here underneath a small foam piece that picks up the vibration. And this has a basket, basically, that holds this in place. I want to be careful with the, there we go, with the 1/4-inch jack. The 1/4-inch out cable goes right here. And it's just a little bit dusty, no problem. There's probably some dust and particles that fall in through the drum head. And then inside, we've got a nice wooden shell with the hardware fastened to it. And it looks pretty clean. So I'm pretty happy with that. Good quality drum shell. I don't know. I tried to look up how many plies these drum shells are, but since we're not talking about acoustic drum heads, just as long as they're solid enough to keep this thing in a good place and durable, I'm happy. The nice thing about playing electronic drums is that I can get virtually any sounding drum in the world on any of these drums, which is a lot of fun. So let me get back at it and take the rest of the heads off. All right, so here we have the 12-inch tom, which has 3 cone sensors. And something important to note about these drums, let me open this up, and so you can see in the inside, you get the same thing as with the other drum, right? And if we compare the baskets that have the sensors, you'll see the 8-inch sensor and the 12-inch triggers, I should say, right inside there. And they both have about the same amount of dust in them, so I'll get a powerful vacuum and clear that out so I don't mess up the wiring. But what's important to also note is that these sensors are also sensing the side vibrations of when you hit the side. So you can actually get a trigger certain sound samples off the rim, which I'll do commonly in some of the songs we play. I want to have a tambourine on the rim as an accent piece, and then have a regular tom sound for the head. So it's one of the nice things you can do with electronic drums, of course. I'll go ahead and continue and take the floor tom apart. All right, that should do it. Okay, now once again, and this one has a bit of a tight fit to it, so I'll leave that in there for now, and I'll watch those later. But here we go. Here's the 14-inch basket. Here's the 12-inch basket. And we'll just leave them in here for like this so you can see them from above. So it's interesting that we only have one sensor for the 10-inch tom, 3 sensors for the 12 and 3 sensors for cone sensors for the 14-inch floor tom. Now, I've never had a problem with the 10-inch tom not sensing enough or triggering the sound sample that I have programmed to it through the module. So I don't have any complaints. It's just interesting to see the 3 of them next to each other and how they're built. And again, on the inside, I'll take these out and we'll do an overhead shot. From the inside, they look identical, right? Except for the size. And again, it's interesting how they have the 45-degree angled cut on the side of the wood shell. And I don't know if this is maple wood or if it's kind of a more cheaper wood that Roland uses. Maybe it's poplar. I'm not sure what it is, but you know, I've had maple shells in my acoustic drums before, and these definitely do not feel like maple. If anyone knows what kind of wood they're using inside of here, I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below. So there you have it. Now, what I'll do is I use we'll spray a little air around. And then I'll use the rag, damp rag, and I'll clean those out a bit on the inside. Get some of that dust out. Stay away from the wires. But while I'm doing this, I'll now go to now. Let's talk about my experience with these, the feel, the durability, and just general experience. So overall, I'll say I've been pleased with how these have performed. This is my first electronic drum kit. I decided to go directly with Roland because, you know, frankly, some of my favorite drummers that I grew up admiring, like Neil Peart and others, seem to have a preference for Roland. And I figured if it's good enough for them, I'd like to do the same. So instead of turning my acoustic kit into a hybrid or into an electronic kit and buying the components myself, because I just didn't know enough about them, I decided to buy a full package of drums from Roland with their module, because I figured if they're making it and they've got high quality modules and some of the top drummers are using these and gigging with them, then I figured they're durable enough and will not fail me when I play out or just want to play the songs or just hang out in my studio and do some recording and some covers that you may have seen me do on my channel. And honestly, it's been great. Again, like I said, what I love about electronic drums is that I can get virtually any drum sound. Well, I can get any drum sound I want in the world on any of these drums, and on a preset kit or customizing the sounds, the microphone placements, the room mics, anything. And it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So for me, I would say the durability, I have no problem with any hot spots. I've never had issues with certain areas of the drum I hit, even where the sensor is giving me a hot spot, something louder than the other part of the drum. I've never had the drum misfire. I've never had it miss anything that I'm doing. And so they've been very reliable. So for me, for someone who doesn't want to convert a drum kit and buy their own components, this has been a fantastic experience for me. And that may not be what you're thinking about. You know, the cost, this is definitely at a premium compared to turning an acoustic drum set and using convertible components, which would cost less. This is definitely at a premium. But I have no complaints. It's stage ready. It's durable. I probably even dropped them a couple of times and banged them around a little bit in my cases, and they still work great. So hope you found this helpful. Leave any comments or questions down below, and I'll be happy to answer them, or look forward to hearing your comments if you play these or other drums that are electronic, and how do you think they compare. So be well until the next video. Thanks.